The views and ideas presented on this program are those of the people who express them. That will be mostly me. They do not in any way, shape, or form represent those of Sky Cable 13, Telemedia, and or its employees, okay? I'm about to rock. It's the KLH Show, starring me, KLH. I'm telling you, you better hold on to something. Let's go! What's going on, Waterbury? It's me, your man KLH, back in your TV screen, here to save the world 30 minutes at a time. Yes! I know that you have a lot of viewing choices out there, and you made this one, and I appreciate you for that choice. And as always, please tell somebody to tell somebody about the KLH Show. So, let's go! First up, Facebook. I'm pretty sure that all of you have heard of Facebook, and probably most of you are on Facebook. Some people tell me, oh, I love Facebook, I love it, and people, it's like their lifestyle. They're on Facebook constantly, either at home, they're on their phones. Facebook is their life. And there's other people that hate Facebook. I had a young lady tell me that Facebook is the devil. And I hear people saying, oh, I would never put my business out on Facebook, and yada, yada, yada. So there's a lot of feelings about Facebooks and a lot of contrary opinions and thoughts about Facebook. First of all, there are over 600 million people on Facebook, making it, if it was a country, it'd be one of the biggest countries in the world. And Facebook is very appealing to businesses. Nearly every significant business has a presence on Facebook. And the reason, or the 600 million reason, is because there's so many people on there. If you want to reach people, you have to go where the people are. People are on Facebook. So the other thing that they do is have a really clever way of posting advertisements right on the side of the page. And the interesting thing about these ads are that they are very, very closely related to you, the person who's on the site at the time. So if you ever type in something about basketball, or you do a search about basketball, you'll see ads about basketball. If you're interested in computers and you post something about computers, or you talk to a friend about computers, you'll see ads about computers. So it's a very interesting, very effective way of businesses to market on the internet. Now, as for individuals, I think one of the reasons that Facebook is so popular is because it's so simple. Back in the day, you know, people, younger people at least, used to hang out in the neighborhoods, or even a lot of times, you know, grown folks, they might go out and talk to their neighbors. But right now, houses are so spread out, and a lot of times people don't go hang out. And so Facebook is kind of like a virtual neighborhood corner, where you can go there, you can see what your friends are up to, and get in their business like a lot of nosy people do, and talk to folks and see what's going on. So it's very interesting, but it goes deeper. Facebook allows people to be different than they might be in person. It's easy for people to be more outgoing behind a computer screen. You can ask somebody to be your friend on Facebook that maybe might intimidate you otherwise. And because you can ask so many to quote-unquote be your friend, as it's called on Facebook, you can easily expand your network. I've also noticed that Facebook has turned a lot of people into philosophers and great thinkers, and they like to be intellectual and post their pearls of wisdom for everybody to see. I think it's cool. Sometimes it's a bit pretentious, but you know, that's what it is. And it allows people to post not only their own thoughts, but thoughts of other people, and it can be quite interesting sometimes. And the anonymity of Facebook allows people to stretch out beyond what they normally are. It allows people to be more empowered than they might normally feel. This can be a good thing, but it can also be a bad thing, and sometimes very, very bad things, and we're going to get into it. Okay, communicating over this fairly new medium of communication, and that's what Facebook is. It's a medium of communication, can be a bit tricky, pretty much because it's new to people. It's fairly new. Inflection and intent can be very hard to interpret when you can't see the face or hear the voice of the person who's talking to you. And so it is very, very easy to take something the wrong way. And a lot of things that people say on Facebook, they might not say out loud in a public place. And yet that is exactly what Facebook is. It's a public place. And far too many people say rude things on Facebook, things that they would never ever say to a person's face. In my mind, the reason why Facebook has had so many, or why people have had so many problems with Facebook, is that they don't understand clearly the nature of how to communicate in this new medium. So, me, your man KLH, has a few rules with how to make the best out of Facebook. Yeah! Okay, first off, the first rule of Facebook is if you wouldn't say it to a person's face, don't say it on Facebook. Next, understand that people will judge you based on what you write. If it can't stand on its own and represent you well, do not say it on Facebook. Now, this is based on the Miranda rights that the police read to you when you're being arrested. And sidebar, but I only know this based on what I see on TV because I've never been arrested. Whatever you say on Facebook can and will be used against you. I repeat, whatever you say on Facebook can and will be used against you on Facebook. This includes friends, enemies, husbands, wives, boyfriends, girlfriends, bill collectors, and employers. I repeat what I said prior. If it can't stand on its own and represent you well, do not say it on Facebook. If you follow these simple rules, Facebook will be a very pleasant experience for you. Yeah! All right. Fairly recently, I had a very instructive experience on Facebook, one that I will definitely use in my future writings and what I talk about here on the show. A couple of weeks ago, I put up a post about the Arizona Sheriff Arpaio. I spoke about this a little bit before, but bear with me. He held a press conference to talk about how he has uncovered evidence, irrefutable evidence, that President Obama's birth certificate was a forgery. I talked a little bit about it before again, but on its face, I think that the whole birther issue is stupid. I just think that it's stupid. And I put up a post, something to the effect that said, the birther issue is racist. And if you're a racist, own it. Don't hide behind stupid accusations. Now, as a little bit of background, the person who put up the original post that I had saw on Facebook about this sheriff, he is my brother. He's not literally my brother, but he's my brother. He's white. He lives in Tombstone, Arizona. He is, I would say he's a hardcore right-wing conservative guy. And he is not racist. Now, I'll say Mark is his name just to keep his identity anonymous. Mark was upset at me for saying that he was a racist. Now, I didn't actually call him a racist, but it was easy for him and easy for other people to jump to that conclusion by how I phrased the post that I put on Facebook. And a lot of people started jumping all over Mark for his apparent racist views. When I had gotten home from work, I put this post up early in the morning. I had gotten home and there was 70 some odd posts on this topic, which if you know Facebook, it's a lot of posts. All right. So Mark, being a very, he's an aggressive guy, and he found himself being attacked as if he was a racist. So Mark did what most people would do. He was vigorously defending himself. The whole debate got very personal, and it really accomplished nothing good. So on my way home from work, I had been, somebody texted me to let me know that the post had gotten really, really long. Thread had gotten really long. So I knew that there'd be a lot of controversy here, and I felt like I had to do something to set the matter straight. Thought about it on my ride home, came up with my plan. So I apologized to Mark for how I phrased it. And I made it clear to the people in the discussion thread that Mark was not a racist, that although he was white, he and his family had accepted me in as a part of their family, and it is clearly not true that Mark is a racist. So the lesson that I learned was that even though a statement may be true, and I stand behind the veracity of the statement that I made, but it's not always advantageous to say something exactly how you feel it and to say it out in public. Remember, Facebook is a public space. It's a public forum. And certain words like racist, like communist, like socialist, like whatever, certain words can be very inflammatory. And when you throw them into a conversation, it can create a firestorm. And then people are diverted away from what you really want to talk about, and they get caught up in the inflammatory word that got thrown into the conversation. Now, I could have and should have been a lot more precise about what I said, but I was mad when I read the original post, and I spoke my mind without fully considering the consequences of using the word racist. So Facebook is not the place to just say whatever the hell you want without considering consequences. If you're a person who cannot keep a tight control on what it is you say, Facebook is not for you. You will have bad experiences. So what it comes down to is this: think before you say it on Facebook. If you do that, Facebook can be very nice for you. Yeah!